Hi, I'm Brian Levant, the writer and producer of ancient TV series like Happy Days, Mork and Mindy, and my long-running Leave It to Beaver revival. I'm also a film director whose credits include the original Beethoven, the Flintstone movies produced by Steven Spielberg, Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Spy Next Door with Jackie Chan, and a pair of wonderful live-action CGI Scooby-Doo films that were made for the Cartoon Network. I'm also a college professor teaching at the University of Arizona and the University of New Mexico. And finally, after 11 years, the proud author of My Life in Toys, which chronicles both my career and my collecting habit. I'm so proud of this book that I did with my brother-in-law, Joe Pellegrini, who's one of the top tabletop photographers in the country. We spent 11 years photographing and writing this super-sized coffee table book the size of a coffee table, but within it over 1,100 original color photographs spanning so many of my interests. In My Life in Toys, I tried to chronicle the expansive world of my collecting, which is so integrated with my career that one could never imagine when I was watching the premiere of Happy Days in January 1974 that I would end up spending over 8 years on and off with the series, and that I would collect an impressive collection of Fonzie motorcycles, action figures, now Funko Pops, color forms, games, an unbelievable amount of merchandising from that show as there was from so many of my other projects. For instance, the Flintstones, you can see the pervasive influence that it's had on my collecting and my career. But you could have never imagined being 8 years old watching the premiere of the Flintstones that one day you would take the creative helm under the supervision of one of the finest filmmakers who's ever walked the earth and have an opportunity to make a holiday tentpole extravaganza of Hanna-Barbera's crown jewel. I'm very fortunate in that, unlike a lot of collectors I know, I'm not limited to a room, a shelf. Many of my friends, they're forced to keep their Batmobiles at their offices. Our whole house is filled to the brim with all of our different collections. And one of the reasons that I did the book was because there's no more room. My joke is that I don't have room for another olive oil in my collections. The thing about writing the book is kind of a summation of collecting. And because I've accomplished everything that I wanted to do in that area, this is an illustration of that passion and of those hunts and of the accumulation and trying to show the beauty that I see in these objects and in these characters and try and share my passion for them with an audience in the same way that I tell a story to share my passion about that story with an audience in my career. My time as a collector is winding down because I have satisfied so many needs, so many desires to do more with it. And doing the book has allowed me to explore seeing it in different ways and sharing that appreciation to people who can't just come up to the house and walk around like you're doing today.